Hi everyone, it's Crystal Ray. It's Wednesday. Glad to see you again. I hope you're having a great week. I want to talk to you a little bit about something that we do at Gaia Flow that's called sadhanas. And sadhanas are our weekly spiritual practice that are just virtues that we bring into the practice of yoga that extends off the mat and into our lives. And I like to share these, all of our teachers at Gaia Flow share these sadhanas with you weekly, and we change them. It's based on the Yoga Sutras, which is the yamas and the niyamas, which are the 10 virtues of yoga. Actually, the first 2 limbs of yoga. But the one I want to talk about today and share with you is Asteya. Asteya is a niyama, and it means non-stealing. Well, of course, non-stealing, right? I feel like when I first heard this, I was like, well, yeah, I don't steal. But then I really thought about it, like, you know, the rubber band that you don't return, the pin that you forget to return, the book that you never returned, and just silly things. And so I started to clean up my act on that way. And also not taking more than you need. And this is another thing, whether it's food or resources, or even someone's joy, is stealing from yourself and also from them. So that's the basic level of Asteya. But that's not what I want to talk to you about, because I feel like if you're listening to this video, you probably already have that down. Although we can all continue to work on that. What's more important, and what I'm always interested is in your soul. So when we talk about Asteya in relationship to the soul, we are stealing from ourselves if we're not actively the best version of ourselves. So, I mean, and truthfully, that's impossible not to be, because no matter where you are in your life, you're at this moment and every moment the best version of yourself possible, and the proof is that you're not better. So maybe a better way to say this is the next best version of yourself, which requires for you to do a little bit of work. In other words, you have to get outside of your comfort zone to do this. The question is, why even do it? Well, because if you don't, you'll be living in a life that is unfulfilled, and you'll have a lot of cognitive dissidence. And what that means is that because you're not doing what the deep longing of your soul is to do, you'll feel no matter how much material success or acclaim or plaques on your walls or money in the bank that you have, you won't be happy. You won't have that inner sense of contentment, because you won't be doing what your soul is longing for. And each one of us comes here with a mission, and it's unique for all of us. So you might be working on something, something as simple as you come into this lifetime to learn how to be kinder to yourself and then share that gift with others. Or maybe it's, to live an integrous life. Or maybe it's community. I mean, there's so many things that could fill in the blank, but you'll know what your soul longs for. And also, there's no one out there judging you. No one will know if you're working on this or not, but you will. And so when you're living in cognitive dissidence, you'll have the dis-ease or discomfort in your body. It can show up as insomnia, it can show up as stress, it can show up as many, many ways in the body. But when you're working on your soul, when you're no longer stealing from yourself because you're actively working towards it, it doesn't matter if you achieve it. What's important is that you're actively, in each moment, the next best version of yourself, which really requires for you just to see where I am now. Really ask yourself, where am I now? And what would be like, and just ask yourself, what would be the next best version of myself? What would that look like? What would I have to do? How would I speak? What would I eat for dinner? How often would I go to sleep? I mean, how many hours would I need to sleep? All the things that I need to do. And just know that I'm supporting you on this journey, because just like you, I'm also working on my own stuff, my next best version of self. And the universe is really good to bring people and circumstances and places in our life that show us, like, yeah, you thought you were over that? Well, here you go again. And it's kind of this little snapback thing, like a rubber band that's been pulled too tightly. And so sometimes I find myself, snapping back to old patterns and old thought forms, and that's when I get to be kind and choose again. One of the greatest tools of yoga is the breath, of course. So I breathe and move from love. And when you move from love for yourself and others, then you have the compassion to allow yourself to be human and fragile and broken, and to continue to try. Well, this is my gift to you today. I hope it serves you. Sounds like it's time for me to go. I love you very much. I'll see you soon. Bye.